Yeah, no problem. What's your name? Where are you from?
Well, my name is Tariq. I'm from Montreal.
Oh,
Um,
Canada. Bring it on.
I've been watching. I've been watching most of your YouTube videos, and you're one of the. I really. You've been very helpful in helping me set up my business. I got 5 units up until now. I began in
What?
April.
Crushing it,
Yeah.
loving it, like it.
So, and at this time, because I'm scaling my business, I'm having some issues with managing employees. This is the first time. This is my first business that I'm running, and
Yeah.
I find that my cleaners, I go in and I check in on all my cleaners. I see that it's not picture perfect always, and it's always there are always issues with cleanliness. Like for example, hidden
Yeah.
maybe some hairs on the floor, or maybe the sink is not cleaned perfectly, and I'm kind of maybe I'm not really sure if I'm being very what's the word um, if I'm trying to if I'm kind of pushing my cleaners too hard, because I don't have kind of a vantage point from where to see how other businesses are operating and how they're handling the cleanliness issues with their employees. So I was just wondering if you could just offer some perspective, because we have 40 to 50 units that if you start and you're doing rental arbitrage. Just
Yeah.
wondering what's your perspective on this issue, because I think you outsource all of it to a head of housekeeping that you have in your business,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good way of looking at it. And at the same time, however, your quality control can never slip. And if you aren't happy with it, then
Right.
that's what's important. Okay, so let's just be very clear. The hair, that's not acceptable ever. Not in my
Right.
world. I don't care if it's on.
Yeah.
I don't care what it's on. there's no.
Yeah.
There's just not acceptable.
I know. I
And
know.
here's the reason that you're feeling this right now is do you
Yeah.
have just let me ask, do you have a backup cleaner right now?
Uh, well, for 5 apartments, we have three cleaners because they're in three separate locations, and so I divide the work up among them.
Okay,
Um,
so
so that's
hold
how I
on,
do it.
because they're in three separate locations, are they that far apart geographically that cleaner A can't go clean this unit that cleaner B does? Is that what you're telling me?
Not in the same day.
Yeah, okay. See, and that's the fundamental issue that we're having. So basically
Yeah.
what you have is you have three completely separate operations going on, and you don't have a
Yeah.
backup cleaner for each of those geographic areas. My very clear and recommendation to everyone when you're starting out is you want to keep all of your units near each other, as close together at the beginning as humanly possible, because then it's easier to build not only the main cleaner but the backup cleaner, and then eventually the backup for the backup cleaner, because you never want to be in a position as the operator as afraid to fire someone because of poor performance. And that's what you're telling, that's what I'm
Right.
hearing right now, is like, what do I do when I'm this far spread apart? And what's worse is you did the work to find three cleaners, but cleaner A can't help cleaner C out, because I'm willing to bet one of those cleaners is actually really good, and you wish they were cleaning the other one, and now you're
Right.
yeah, exactly. So you want, if possible, and I'm not saying it is, but if it is possible, I would look into getting all of your units to be closer together so that you can
Right.
then have teams actually reach economies of scale and get some leverage in that system so that you can have a backup cleaner. There's just no way of, there's no circumventing it. You have to have single points of failure. An airplane has two wings for a reason. You gotta have it. Not having it, you're toast.
Right. That's it basically. Because I mean, after a cleaner finishes with one unit, you must have somebody else come in and do an independent check, just to
Yes.
make sure that everything is okay with that unit. Because you
Yes.
can't just leave it to somebody and
Nope.
expect it to go smoothly, though.
Well, and that's the thing. Even if and for anyone who has a cleaning company and you're watching, you all know, just be real. Yeah, over time, performance degrades. And if you want something to be good, and it starts out good, but it starts to go south. It started to go south, and unless we continue to have accountability, it will continue to go south. There's a reason that government taxes they have a due date. because otherwise very few of us would voluntarily go and say, yes, I can't wait. That accountability is required in this particular case, and you've got to institute that. You're the CEO. What is that accountability process going to look like? And that's what you need to put it together. But the fundamental issue is that you're too spread out to make that process efficient. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking, that maybe I should get maybe 10 in one location and 10 in another and 10 in another.
Now we're talking.
That way I have a head cleaner in each location.
Now we're
talking.
talking.
And they take care of me, basically training people, and then, so that's how I guess it has to grow.
Yes.
But linens are also a big issue because they began to show up a few months after I put up my first unit, stains on linens. And so what I do is I have a runner who basically drops off all the laundry to my apartment, and I do the laundry. I use OxyClean to remove all the stains. And it's a lot of work, basically, because I spend, maybe about, a lot of time to do the laundry myself and remove the stains.
I just want to be really clear that I have never told you to do that one.
No. But I'm just saying, how does a business at your level, how does it operate? What do you do with the with stain removal, and how do you handle this process?
Got it. It comes down to, so it from an operational standpoint, what you've got to understand, you must have a central storage location. Okay. And then once you have that central storage location where all supplies, all laundry, all these things can be, then you're now free to begin to work with other types of vendors, be they fluff and fold, delivery, dry cleaning, etc. And depending on what your needs are, if you're talking about stain removal, now you're developing a process whereby the stained stuff gets separated before it actually goes to get cleaned, but it's just done in a very systematic fashion. Inside I'm making an assumption right now. Inside of the mastermind materials that we provide, there you have what we call our dashboard, and it's literally a checklist of how to build efficient processes so that anybody can follow them, i.e. not me. I don't want to follow them. I just want someone who can follow them. And that's the only way I'm able to sit here and do this with you today, is because I have the time to figure out all of the technology, etc., and still sit here without having to worry about how many people arrived today, how many sheets got stained or dirty, and are they in their right spot. But go back into your materials, go to the dashboard. In the dashboard, there's an entire section where we actually developed a process to teach you how to build your own custom processes for things like linen.
Yep. It's got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Cool. Well, I definitely appreciate.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Definitely appreciate you calling in. And guys, we've got Canada. This is kind of exciting to me. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun, like really genuine, lots of fun today, talking to you, using all my new toys. And I definitely appreciate your patience with some of the audio challenges and things that we had going on. But I'm also hoping that you grew from this today too, and that you see that we're committed to helping you as well. I look forward to talking to you guys again, and until next time.